the fact that my uncle was shot in the head at 19 years old, and I heard that story as I was growing, as I was a young person, it actually built up a fear and an anxiety of being in the streets. It gave me fear of when shit started to escalate, where could it go? Because my grandmother, she had a moment where she kind of just lost it and was like, told me that I can't have another Wallace die in my life.
I'm just spitting. Yeah, I'm just spitting. I'm just spitting. This shit have been on my mind for quite some time. I gotta put the shit on the line. I'm just spitting. Yeah, I'm just spitting.
Welcome back, welcome all the way to hell back.
All the way
to
back.
Yet another episode.
Another
of
episode.
Dropping Dymes
Ain't nobody
podcast.
changing clothes.
My shit dirty,
for
bro.
what? Welcome
We
back.
had such a good episode last week. I thought it was
We
good.
just went and jumped in and did number 2.
Fuck
you know
it.
what I'm saying? And not a do. But as always, we missed you. I promise you that. We said it enough in the last episode, but I promise you we missed you.
We say it because it's the truth, man.
We love you. Thanks for giving us a little bit of your time, letting us borrow a little bit of your space.
Just a little bit.
Just so we can come through and do what we do, man, and that's just talk. I don't feel like we're just talking shit no more.
We talk some good shit, man.
Yeah, we talking
Real shit.
some shit in there, but
Some
a
shitty
lot of
shit.
this is some shit that you can apply to your life.
Yeah, shit is such a good word, right?
That's your favorite cuss word?
That's probably the first one I learned.
Shit.
Yeah, because the old people would always, like, when something go wrong,
Shit.
yeah. And I wasn't around nobody, called nobody a bitch. My parents didn't cuss, so I never heard fuck a lot. And then I ain't learned about ass till I went to school.
School will do it. So while you here, man, tell a friend to
ass.
tell a friend to tell a friend to come be our friend.
Yeah.
Join in on this podcast.
So we can all be friends,
So
baby.
we can all be friends, man. Go by our YouTube page. Subscribe. Share. Comment.
Like,
Hit the bell.
Hit the bell.
Hit that thumb. If you enjoy what we talking about, man, don't be afraid. Hit the thumb.
Or thumb
Yeah.
down the motherfucker.
Thumb. Hey, we gonna know either way.
hey, put your comments in there for real, man. We
Yeah, we
read
want to
them,
know.
we learn from them.
Let us know that you
Grow
were
from
engaged in our conversation.
We back.
Maybe one day we'll respond to them.
Shit, we back.
This shit talking. We want to know that this shit talking is hitting home. You understand? So
Shit. Ass.
Fuck, bitch, motherfucker.
all does anybody got a question of the day?
Oh, shit.
I thought Brandon said he had one.
If you don't,
Fuck you,
guess
we
what?
just had the meeting right before.
I got one. Here we
swear I
go.
thought you said
No,
you had.
nigga, no, you don't.
Okay, my bad.
Question
I
of
heard
the day, and I saw this somewhere else. But
Y'all got no, nigga. We just talk. Don't act like we been. This a whole. Go ahead, sorry.
this guy
We act
found
like
out.
we're being better.
The question basically was, which one would you be less angry about if you found out that you had a kid with somebody and like you found out that the kid wasn't yours, right? Would you be less angry if you found out that it was like the kid that y'all had right now, or let's say it was like y'all got 4 kids. The first one was yours. The second one wasn't yours. The third one yours, and then the fourth one was yours. So let's say she kind of cheated in the middle, or if she found out that she cheated on the friend.
So, like, my first kid, we don't have no other kids. If I find out that's not
let's
mine.
say y'all got 2.
Okay.
Let's say y'all got 2. The first one is yours. The first one isn't yours. The second one is yours.
And I thought the first one was mine.
You thought you thought both were yours.
And then the other one is if in the middle.
Like y'all got like 4. The first one is yours. The second one isn't yours. Third one isn't yours. And then the last one is yours.
And I took care of all of these kids.
You've been
And-
taking care of them up to this point. But
ain't-
something happened.
Ain't no separation. I'm fucking pissed either way. Same level of fuck this shit.
Is there any other answer?
Yeah, I think it's a way to kind of.
Which one you okay with, or more okay with?
I know he gonna say the first one because it could have happened. It was at the beginning of the relationship or
Yeah.
something. Nah, bitch, you 9 months. It wasn't the beginning.
It could have been circumstances.
Don't let me start then taking care of it without me knowing. If you tell me, yo, this isn't your kid, and we mend the relationship and we can continue to grow, that's on me. I'll take that. But if you let me continue to take care,
she might have felt like it was a chance.
So she didn't know. Is what
it might have just been all like bad timing.
I could probably take the first situation better if she didn't know. If she knows in any one of these situations, fuck all this shit.
But I know if she knows she fucked somebody else while y'all together. So in between two kids.
But she might have had him keep a condom on. He might have had a condom on.
Brother, she fucked
2 weeks in a row
while y'all was in a relationship.
Yeah, y'all might have been on the house. Yeah.
You did too.
You throwing so much shit.
Hey, you did too.
It could be different situations. Yeah, it could be different situations.
All right.
I'm just asking, brother.
No, I'm equally mad. Equally mad.
Yeah.
For you, 500. Equally bad. It don't matter.
Equally mad.
What did Brett say? The person who asked this question, what did he say?
Oh, I think it was kind of like the same. Like if the in between situation, like that's tough because.
And I think that's a much easier conversation in the beginning. So you could have told me that, like, hey, look, I dealt with such and such, a while back while I was dealing with you. I was getting out of it, but that was the only time. I might go for something if you dress up the lie.
We may need to test to see if this is yours.
Okay, cool. Let's do that, right? I'm gone either way, but I'm just saying. At least let's have a conversation.
I can't.
The second time,
it's tough to take care of his baby.
So look, I'm thinking more about it the first time though. Like I would actually think about it. Like I don't know, maybe we can still do this. Whatever.
Not that we didn't have a whole nother kid though. That means it's been some time.
But if we then had a kid and then you have 2 more that's not mine, and then the last. Listen. I can't even say on camera, but yeah, man, that shit ain't gonna it ain't gonna be good for
you. You said some rough shit on camera. You to be like, I can't.
It's a new season.
What do you say to those? I think about the movie Fences. He ended up having a child at the end with another woman, and then the woman he was married to, Viola Davis, ended up taking care of that child. Mm-hmm. That wasn't a far-fetched story.
That happened in Cadillac Records too.
But that wasn't a far-fetched story a few generations ago.
It was. My granddaddy.
It's just a different time.
Had a whole nother family on the other side.
And it's not the man having children outside; it's the woman having children inside.
Yeah.
That sounds terrible.
So the
legend
children
inside.
The legend
outside
has
children
it.
Inside.
That's what it is.
The legend has it that Whitney Houston was actually the product of something similar, like the Fences story.
No, the children can be amazing.
Somebody
don't mean the parents is.
They
at
especially
that time,
now because it's a different time. Like it was one thing to just be saying it back then because I had heard this before, but now of course they can go and find this person that they say was the real mom, and then they find her on interviews and stuff. And from the interview that I heard, like she sounds a lot like Whitney. You know what I'm saying? Her voice, cadence, everything.
They didn't know. They didn't know what woman she came out of.
I mean, like her family knew. Like Whitney's mom, her family knows, but nobody else really knows. Oh. But so what they're saying is that they think Whitney her mom was somebody else and not Sissy. And
that happens a lot, especially if the mother is going through something. I got a friend of mine. His aunt's kids have been taken care of by her sister because she just wasn't in a physically or financially space to raise the kids. But the kids believe that the auntie is really the mom.
Yeah.
Somebody famous just had that, and I think the mom wanted to come back into their life. I just saw that.
Shit, I know Simone Biles. She raised by her grandmother, but
yeah.
I think she was adopted though.
But she was adopted by her grandmother.
She's ready. Okay, yeah.
It was her mom. Her grandmother. Her mom's mother is who adopted her.
That's good because sometimes people just not fit, bro.
It must be somebody else then.
To me, because I thought it was like she was like adopted into another family. But during the Olympics, they clarified and that documentary she had.
I thought it was a white family though.
Oh. No, her grandmother, I mean, she don't look like her, but...
I thought it was a white family. I think you're thinking about, what you call it?
Look it up.
Simone Biles, I know her mom just came out.
Yeah, and was
like,
saying she wanted the relationship, but she also said that she wanted Simone to initiate the contact.
No, she said whenever she's ready, because she don't want to be like, you know.
Since you famous now.
Yeah, I don't want to
Well,
be.
you've been famous for a while now, so.
I want to be whenever she's ready. So, yeah,
I respect that.
I respect that too. Yeah.
But yeah, her grandmother take care of her.
And put her little short ugly ass in gymnastics.
Damn.
What?
She ugly now, or she ugly when she was a kid?
Right now, today.
I don't know about that.
I mean, you know.
Okay. I thought so it must be somebody else that I saw too then. Somebody else that went through something similar.
You know,
because it was
that happened a lot with us.
Yeah, it was another I remember seeing this. It was a white family that took care of the
She
young
not
lady.
ugly, bro.
Okay.
No.
I'm not gonna argue. I'm not gonna argue that.
Bro, what's crazy is that she's
I hate that you
4
put that
foot
on.
8.
Yeah, that is wild. I
That
hate
is
that you
wild.
put that on camera though.
That she ugly?
Yeah, that you think she's unattractive.
Yeah.
I don't hate it.
I was about to say, you're unattracted to somebody, brother.
That's true.
I'm unattracted to somebody.
Yeah, that's
but I ain't
true.
ugly little motherfucker to somebody.
Not no more.
Definitely,
Okay.
Definitely.
But that's what I think that's okay to say.
And that's why I said I don't know. I'm not that mad at it, but you know,
Who do you think ugly?
I gotta protect my black women, man.
We do. That has nothing to do with how amazing she is as a person, the woman that she may be, how incredible she is. She's just not attractive to me.
I think that's
Still uplift her.
For sure.
Yeah.
I think what he's saying is
Good
that's
job.
a better use of the word, like better vocab for the situation. Like,
Yeah, that was
she's ugly.
said. That was said better than the plaster statement. Of she's ugly. It was nothing else behind it.
But why does it have to be? Ugly don't define who you are.
It can.
Why?
No, but see, some people can take it as you're physically ugly, and then some people can say you're an ugly person.
Okay,
But you just left it. You just left it out there though.
But we know we were talking about only physical because I don't.
And I had to show her because
personally.
I don't think she's ugly.
Yeah, she seems like a nice girl.
Yeah, she been through a lot too, bro.
I got family that's ugly, and they're the sweetest, most loving people ever.
Yeah, it sucks when somebody ugly and they ugly.
Nah, that's the worst.
You an ugly person,
Bro,
and you got an ugly attitude.
The audacity.
So I think that is a good opener to what we are gonna be talking about today. Because I think sometimes, especially when you're on the world stage and then the world starts to critique you.
Like I'm gonna say, like with the hair situation a while back.
What hair?
Hers. They were talking
they
about.
made
I
it a
didn't
big
like
deal.
that shit.
Yeah,
like,
they made it
at
a
all,
real big
bro.
deal. I think
I
that's
keep that, like, bro. Come
What's
on.
wrong with her hair?
It was,
they were just talking about like how her hair wasn't
it was
done.
fucked up.
Her hair
But
wasn't
she
done.
fixed that. She addressed it.
Yeah.
She was like, "Oh yeah, y'all got on me last time, but I'm good
Like,
this time."
the crazy thing is, like, considering I'm over here trying to win a fucking gold medal,
Right. All
like,
the work that it
chill out.
takes.
Like, chill the fuck out. Like, I got other shit I'm worried about right now, my nigga. Like, y'all have me fucked up, and this is what y'all actually do every day. You pull this, you drag these baby hairs down to your eyebrows.
But they drug that shit.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's what they do to. I'm not
To
gonna say
our own
all.
people.
I'm not gonna say all idols. Cause some idols they let them be whatever the fuck they feel like coming out the house with. But a lot of times when you have an idol, I mean, Cam is exotic with his attire, and people gonna go crazy on him. But it's like, bruh is living his truth. He is being a voice for himself. He is stepping outside of the box that people have set in front of him. Let that man be himself. But everybody gonna go crucify him because his hair is a matted form of locks. He wears what they call it, a romper. I don't know what the fuck.
That nigga dressed fucked up to me. But guess what?
But
That does not define the person that he is. That
sure.
nigga was one of the best football players I ever seen in my life. You know what I mean? Does a lot for the kids.
Right.
And I think like if it was my friend, like I would like. I think that's how I look at it. Like I would say the same shit if you was my friend. You see what I'm saying? Nigga, I love you. We can nigga fight for you. Nigga,
just like
help
you told
whatever.
on my pocket shirt. I never forget that.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. Like so.
I like that shirt.
I'm not dragging you because I fuck with you and I'm gonna uplift you, right? But this on some just, hey man, that shirt fucked up. You know what I
But
mean?
see, that's why I feel like when you explained your Simone statement or comment, it made it more real. Because the first, she's ugly. That
but
shit
we was
just only.
but we were talking about like who she was, like how she came, and I was like, what did we say? Why did I say that? What were we
I don't
talking
know
about?
why you said it. Nobody asked you if she was
No, I'm
attractive or
saying
not.
we was talking about
You just
something.
volunteered that
I forgot, and I was
We
like, her
just
little short
talking
ugly
We just
ass.
said-
Talking about the family
Yeah, I
shit.
said
We
her
just
little
said
short
her
ugly ass. But yeah, but that's something that I would say. I don't know about my brother. Like I don't know.
Yeah,
like,
but I feel like, especially when you're talking about somebody that you don't know or that is not in the area, because I mean, you can say that to one of our teammates, and you're just saying it to another man to his face. So it's like where we go to this conversation is where we go with the conversation. But if they're not here and you don't know them, you gotta also, to me,
I should add more.
add
Context.
More context to it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I got you.
I don't think she's attractive, but she's one of the most amazing athletes I've ever seen.
Or
walk
it
this
just not
life.
be said, but that's
Yeah, that's not gonna happen to you. But
yeah.
But like I was
And
saying,
that's an opinion of mine.
For
It
sure.
don't fucking matter.
And you look, honestly, sometimes what leads saves people is, in my opinion, saying that before the statement.
Yeah,
because this is just my opinion.
That's
There's
it.
nothing else. It don't mean nothing to their life or nothing.
Got her a good nigga, good grown football playing
Yeah.
that nigga who love her and
That-
think she's gorgeous.
Hey, that motherfucker will smack you. You seen him on Hard
smack
Knocks?
who?
Not you.
Oh,
I'm talking about like on the field.
Oh, yeah, he can hit. Yeah,
on the
yeah,
field.
Yeah, nah,
They
that's
showed him on Hard Knocks last week.
that nigga smack you. Like that nigga.
that nigga can slap who?
But he was coming downhill, boy.
Nah, yeah.
I respect.
But you want to know what else is funny?
What?
Did not know that nigga until her.
I ain't either. I saw a play he made last year, and then he was on the pivot like the next week, and that's when I knew.
And that's that the viral shit.
And I saw
her,
it.
She got at him and
him
all that.
being
He's
shit.
the prize. Yeah, I saw it because he did it against the Lions.
Yeah, okay.
Now, if you would have showed him after the game, I don't know who he is,
Don't-
but
yeah.
when he was on the pivot, and then they showed Simone, it all came
And
together.
now with the hard knock shit,
Yeah.
yeah,
Flew to Paris and watch her during camp.
it's a dope situation.
Yeah, man. Black love.
Yeah.
Like, look,
Sorry
That's cute.
for leading with little short ugly
She is
motherfucker. No, I said little short ugly motherfucker.
Yeah.
same thing.
She ugly.
I accept your apology for it.
Thank you.
All right,
See
what
that?
we talking about?
That kind of leads into what we were talking
Because
about.
that could be
traumatic,
a traumatic
especially when we're
experience
talking
for
about the
especially
world.
a young person. Yeah.
The world talking about you or saying these things about you.
That's a fact.
It could definitely be a traumatic experience or lead into more traumatic experiences.
Yeah.
But we're going to talk about our traumas, right? What do you think was, and we're not going to just leave it at trauma because we don't want to just leave it out there like we just drop our negative off and leave it.
Yeah.
Like, what's something that you think that you went through that was traumatic, how it molded you, and then how you kind of came out on the other end of it? You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes you go through some things that are traumatic and you still dealing with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You still be kind of living in it and festering in it.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people who still are festering in their traumatic events. They haven't figured out a way
I say
how to
a lot of
grow
people
from it.
battle
Yeah.
them every day.
Yeah, absolutely. But what's something that you feel like you went through that you would consider traumatic? Because everything ain't traumatic. Like what's traumatic to you ain't traumatic to him, ain't traumatic to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So what's something that you think you experienced that you consider traumatic? You decided I'm gonna deal with it and go through it. Excuse me. And then how did you come out on the other end of it?
The first one that always kind of pops up is really I did it to myself because it didn't happen to me. It happened to the person that I got my name from. The fact that my uncle was shot in the head at 19 years old, and I heard that story as I was growing, as I was a young person, it actually built up a fear and an anxiety of being in the streets. It gave me fear of when shit started to escalate, where could it go? Because my grandmother, she had a moment where she kind of just lost it and was like, told me that I can't have another Wallace die in my life. So to me, hearing that over and like just even in my own time, talking to myself about it, it kind of built up fear and anxiety when I would step out into the streets, when people would start to argue, when I would start to get heated or in a altercation. My mind went to the worst thing that can possibly happen, and I can't do it because my grandmother and my father can't experience that again, because they were the only two people that saw my uncle with a hole in his head. So that wasn't even like something that happened to me, but it was just a story that was told to me that built up, and then it affected me as I went through life. And honestly, I'm not gonna say I'm 1,000% cured of it, because I still have the remnants of when things start to get a little above. I'm always the person that's like, let's bring it back down, because I know I've had friends. I actually have family who were on the opposite end of the receiving when situations got escalated. So it's like, I know where these things can go, and I'd rather us not get to that point, because the loss of life impacts beyond this situation, impacts beyond this time of life. It can impact for generations to come. So for me, it was a traumatic event that happened 40 years before I was born, but I just internalized it as it was attached to my name.
Bro, that shit is amazing, because what you're describing is, and I know me and Byron could probably relate, is it's like street smart. Like that's like a street sense, right? That you didn't probably ever experience, but just hearing the story, you locked in. Because right now, I can't. We could be out, and it could be just all of a sudden some noise over here, and they just probably laughing and talking. But to me, it's like, oh shit, like what's going on? Yeah. Because niggas been in that situation. Like, if it's too much going on over here, niggas look for trouble, because something about to happen. You see what I'm saying? But you got that from shit, just hearing it. Like that's shit.
It's literally what we've been teaching. Like, we either, like, because I know we ain't talked about PTSD. Yeah, right.
That's so what it is.
The noise is our PTSD.
Like, oh shit, what's going on?
Right, you're like,
niggas just having a good time.
You be like,
see, y'all don't hear this? They running.
But also, we've talked about you can learn from somebody else's situation, right? We always talk about how, man, you can learn from me touching the stove and you not having to touch it. You can hear about me burning my hand or someone else losing their life and not putting yourself in those situations. And like, man, the crazy thing is, like, there was a time, I remember when I was younger, it used to be like, man, you just was in the wrong place at the wrong time. Nowadays, you could be in the right place at the wrong time, right? And still, like, because you literally doing everything right. You can be in right where you supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like you told your mama, like, hey, mom, I'm going to the library, and then you went to a party. You can be at the library.
At the grocery store.
Yeah, at the grocery store. In traffic. At Publix. Wherever.
This happened yesterday. You remember that video of the guy, he like did a point of like his view of him pulling up to the grocery store and he just started shooting people like a video game? Bro, I got out the car yesterday walking to the grocery store, and this dude parks like toward the handicap. I don't know if he was in the handicap.
Well, that was like 2 years. That was during COVID, wasn't it?
Like
right after that grocery store.
Yeah.
Bro gets out out of his car quick, and my periphery, I can't like see him. So I'm trying not to like look him square in his face. I'm trying to like peek at him. He got all black on, and my mind went straight to that shit. I didn't experience that shit at all. I kind of did because I watched the video.
Why didn't you look?
Because I didn't want to make it too obvious. I mean, eventually I got over to it. But yeah, bro was like where that mirror was.
No, I got.
So I didn't want to be like square in his face, but I was just trying to peek, and I'm like, why the fuck am I? And it was because I had seen that video of bruh in front of the grocery store. And I didn't experience that shit.
I'm gonna say this next time. Look. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I believe. Yeah, you're right. Okay. But I got that feeling.
Nothing is wrong with that. I promise you.
Yeah.
Because that's shit, bro. That's life or death.
Yeah.
And I mean, shit. I doubt if he get offended, he probably won't even notice it.
Probably wouldn't. Yeah.
Oh shit. All right, we good.
Yeah. Hey. But that's where my mind went. But it was because I was traumatized from watching a video that was in Buffalo, New York.
I'm still nervous at the movies.
Bruh. Yes.
With my kids, all that.
I'm
Bro,
like,
every
where
time,
is the
every time I'm in
exit
the
door
movies, but see, that's kind of be in me anyway. I'm exit plan strategy when I sit down.
Yeah.
Like I got my kids right here. Okay, if something happens, boom. All right.
But it's a different
let's
thought
watch the
because of that incident that
That's the
happened
only
10
reason.
years ago.
It
where bro
wasn't-
walked in
it
the
probably
movie.
was longer than that.
Man,
probably
that
was.
should have happened that happened in Colorado.
Yeah.
That was when I was in school.
That was
He popped into the movie theater through the exit door.
Batman movie,
yeah,
right?
that's been forever
Yeah.
ago.
Yeah.
So that shit is ingrained.
right in my head every time I'm at the movie.
Yep.
Like I'm gonna bust
Bro.
a nigga if they move in this bitch.
We was just at the movies like 2 weeks ago, and I was like, all right, I know I could run there, but I'm with my wife. So
But
I'm
you
like,
that's why you take your gun.
yeah, I don't carry mine.
Oh,
Yeah.
well you should. But the movie, bro, it's like
You got
it's
to.
not even a second thought.
Yeah.
And it's because of that.
Yeah.
I promise, because of that. Not the grocery store. I feel like it's too much. It's too many exits. I mean, I just
2012.
feel like I can get away.
12?
God damn.
2012.
Yeah. I was about to say, I was
11
probably
years
in
ago.
college.
I thought it was.
Be 12
I actually thought it was
Damn.
more recent, but
12 years
I
ago.
thought it was further.
Further
I
back.
thought it was further back.
That shit. That was like the first though. Like
The first time.
outside
like,
of Columbine and shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, bro, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit still in.
But stuff you don't necessarily
Yeah.
have to experience, you heard about or you saw remnants of, can traumatize you.
Absolutely. But I think, sadly, so let me ask you this: Do you think that fear that you carry, or that was I don't want to say instilled in you, but the fear that you had, do you think it was like a healthy fear, or is it something that you kind of had to eventually start to work to get over?
I feel like it was both healthy and unhealthy. It was healthy because I was always aware of the potential of situations and I kept myself out. But it also prevented me from stepping into confrontation as a whole. It prevented me from getting okay with being uncomfortable in a discussion with somebody because my mind was like, where can this go? Always. So I've had to grow and step into being okay with confrontation, but also being conscious of how to de-escalate if I feel like it is going beyond where I'm willing to go with this situation. Because I'm not trying to go where we can't go. I just want to really truly get understanding. And I tell y'all all the time, like, honestly, at the end of the day, I'm going home, bro. I don't give a fuck about what you think, what you doing. If you that passionate about it, you went, dog. I'm straight. But it has hindered me in being able to step into confrontational spaces most of my life.
I can understand that. Have you ever found yourself, even with working as hard as I'm sure you work, to not be in those situations? Have you ever found yourself still being in one of those? Like, because I feel like sometimes in life, like, we're still gonna run into certain situations.
I've been in other people's situations. I myself, because I'm so conscious of it, I don't really, I mean, if ever, get in those situations. But I've been in other people's situations.
Gotcha.
Where it's like, what's the move? Because this is, like, one time I feel like I saved my brother-in-law's life. Because we were in this situation and we was in Baltimore. And they don't give a fuck. But he's not from there. So they was going at it, getting it in the front of this house. Can't remember who's, I think it was my cousin's wedding. My cousins are from Baltimore. So I went and got them. And they have a name for they about whatever.
Yeah.
So me being conscious of where this can go, grabbing them, and then my cousin later on told me that those guys were guys that you didn't want to, but they understood who my cousins were.
Yeah.
So me going to get them de-escalated everything, and may have.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It be small shit like that. Like, hold on, nigga. Let's go get the motherfuckers that live here, that's from here. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's definitely a case of taking your trauma and building like healthy boundaries so that you don't necessarily cross those lines into being put in an even more traumatic situation.
Yeah, I think also it's the awareness I eventually was able to grasp because I saw where my deficiencies were being created from the trauma, it helped me to start to work on them. Because I definitely could have lived my life as I just don't do confrontation. I'm scared. I don't want to do anything. I ain't going outside. Especially when you start hearing about things. But now it's just like I'm just consciously aware of what's going on around me, but what's the interpersonal dynamics of people interacting with me, but also people interacting with people around me. It's like always just like the slightest eye twitch, the slightest inflection of your voice, like those things I'm triggered to. So it's like, all right, cool, we still in a good space. I still want to get you my point. Once you start doing different things, it's like, all right, where do we want to go from here?
Brother Brandon, traumatic event? How it possibly helped mold you? Like you grew from it?
Yeah, that was traumatic.
Oh, yeah. I just looked up trauma, and what I had initially, shit. What did I say? Initially, that's fucked up.
I understood it though.
Yeah, but that was terrible. Yeah, what I had in the beginning, at first, not necessarily trauma, but when my grandmother passed, well, yeah, traumatically, goddamn, in a car accident, and we kind of got the details from it, and it was because like she had on a seatbelt.
Because she had the seatbelt.
Yes, and so nobody else died in the car but her. And she was like in the back seatbelt, like came across whatever. So I started wearing my seatbelt because I'm like, bro, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, I just did not understand it. So, you know, I had a little stupid point for like a few years, not wearing my seatbelt. And then, you know, just realizing like, and looking up statistics like, nigga, you might want to put your seatbelt back on, you know, so.
Hey man, send me them statistics. I got a subcontractor right now. We went to lunch. He's like, bro, people die with their seatbelt on. I'm like, what the percentages say?
Way fucking lower. Yes. Well, oh, Jesus, way lower. He talking about the people that didn't have a seatbelt on. If they would have had a seatbelt on, they would have died. But they flew out the car and lived. Yeah. Like, come on, bro. Now let's look up all the other people that flew out their car that didn't live. I can't.
Like, yeah, send me them, bro. I need them. God, I need to save his life.
But yeah, so I just got over that just through. I want to say just not being stupid no more. Like become more self-aware. Like, nigga, that's dumb as fuck. Yeah. Right. So that kind of got me. What I wanted to initially say, but I guess it's not trauma. Maybe I get like a whole. It's a different word or a different episode, but I wanted to say like I watched my first porn like at an early age.
What's early?
Like 10.
10.
Like early.
Yeah.
My daughter's 11. Like no idea, right?
Please God, no.
And so I can't necessarily say that it traumatized me, but the initial was, right? But I think it did the opposite. Like it was like, shit, I want to see that again, right? And then now you sneaking and trying to watch, or you know, so and that can become you being over sexualized. You know what I mean? Because right. I think the initial watch was like, oh shit, like you know, like that shit'll fuck you up, like
at 10.
Yeah,
it's funny because we all wanted to see what it looked like. We didn't.
But bro, no, I wasn't ready. Like I don't even think. Yeah, I don't even think I was thinking in that capacity, right?
I was still trying to grab ass.
I don't even know. Like if I was, but when I saw that, it was like, oh
that's
shit.
Too much.
You know what I mean? Like what the fuck? So I still remember like I used to think about that shit so much and was like, like it was. I can't call it nothing but traumatic. Right.
More so over sexually stimulated. Especially for that.
Isn't that still trauma?
Mind. But
like even over sexualization is still a trauma.
I guess so. Right.
Absolutely.
So
like, what is trauma? Like you looked it up. What did it say?
It's everything but that shit. It's the opposite, goddamn, of enjoying the shit. You know what I mean?
So I think we can enjoy a trauma if we don't understand it.
So trauma is an emotional response to a stressful or dangerous event that can have lasting effects on a person's mental health, physical health, or social well-being. Traumatic events can be one-time occurrences like accidents, natural disasters, or violent attacks, or ongoing stressors like bullying, abuse, or living in an unsafe environment. People can also experience trauma by witnessing or learning about a traumatic event that happened to someone else. Yeah, trauma can cause people to feel overwhelmed, frightened, and unsafe, and can harm their sense of self and safety. People may experience a range of reactions after trauma. I don't know.
That boy can read.
Yeah. But yeah, so when I read it, I'm like, shit, is that really trauma? Because I didn't, oh no, pussy.
Yeah, but I mean, but it's
you know what I mean? But I do remember seeing that, and like I'll never forget this shit.
Yeah.
Never. I still know the black man and the white lady at the table, like vividly, right?
Yeah.
But the shit was just a lot, and so I want to know if like that had anything to do with me. Shit, probably wanting to become a porn star when I was in college and shit. You know what I mean? So I don't know. So
Do you feel like
is that a traumatic experience?
You feel like you got an over sexualized mind, or had?
I don't know. Well, probably younger, like probably knowing more younger. But I just feel like I'm typical fucking teenage boy, and talking to you niggas, I'm right on schedule.
Typical could be traumatized.
Could be trauma, depending on the environment or who you're talking to.
Especially because when I learned about sexual stuff at school, that was, I would say if I had a sexual trauma, it was at school because everybody was talking about.
But I thought trauma would be, your cousin touching you, or your uncle, or something, your auntie,
something abusive,
something like that.
Yeah,
but
it doesn't necessarily
I watched a young lady interview. I think she does like porn or some shit. She was touched at a young age by like an older cousin or some shit, and now she was like, her fucking sex addiction is crazy, right? It's through the roof. Like she just wants it. Yeah. She feel like it came from that. So I guess that could be traumatic. But I don't know.
Yeah,
I think if it did, I don't know if it affected or not. But I do love sex.
It can lead to different levels of sexual deviation.
Some people,
maybe so.
So sometimes it can be having a hypersexualization or becoming hypersexual, or it could lead to you being on a total opposite of the spectrum. Like I'm saving myself, like don't touch me. Like people who cared about me touch me in this way, and now I don't want anybody to even care about me in that way. So I think it can swing either way. I think for boys, a lot of times we did see too much too early. Especially
we wanted to.
Yeah, I think part of it was that, but I also feel like
not
a part
before.
of it was.
Like I think it's a certain age you get to.
I don't think 10.
Right?
I think
I'm not gonna lie. At 10, I wanted to see.
Okay. I think a lot of it is peer pressure. So I think a lot of.
But I didn't know I didn't need to though.
You may not have even really wanted to, but you heard other people. Sometimes you can hear other people talking about it.
School really messed me up.
And they might not even really known what was going on. They could have heard it from an older sibling. You know what I'm saying? So now when you start to trace it back, it wasn't theirs. It wasn't a trauma.
Yeah.
It was somebody else's that got fed to them, or they overheard it, or whatever. However they got it, and then that grew into something, and then you end up seeing something that you really weren't ready for. Our minds ain't even ready to process it, and then we don't really know which way to go with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, should I see more? Do I want to see more?
You know, something that I feel like, I don't know if it's traumatic, but it's something that like a lot of young men, like you watch porn, you think that's how you supposed to have sex. And I remember in 6th grade, this kid said, he was in 8th grade, he was like, hell yeah, I beat that pussy up till she bled. But as a kid, the first time I saw porn, bruh is going crazy. I'm like, that's how you supposed to have sex. But that's really just, that's not that creates trauma. If it's not trauma for me, it creates trauma for somebody else. Because I go into the interaction of sex of trying to break through your, split you in half,
break your back.
Yeah. But
crazy.
that could turn into something very different. Especially, and the young lady on the porn is saying no, and the guy's still going, or yes.
Well, yeah.
But in your mind, when you get in the situation, everything is full go.
Fast and hard.
Yes, yep.
Not doing nothing but getting tired.
Crazy.
Hurting that little girl, man.
Hurting that little girl.
Man. Sorry.
Kids are stupid.
That's crazy. Yeah. So how do you think you... I know we was asking, or you were saying, like, I don't know if it made me into the person that I am today, or maybe made me jump into something too soon when you were younger. Do you think you ever needed to or wanted to have that discussion with your therapist?
Not really. I haven't, but I could definitely write that down. Nah, because I don't think it's a problem. Until we just brought that up today.
Yeah.
I was like, maybe let me try something. Let me see if this may be a traumatic experience or not, because it don't feel like it, and I don't know if I'm over it because I still like nasty fucking porn star sex, but I do also know that every time don't quite.
Ain't that?
You know what I mean? So that's why I don't know.
And we might need to bring our neighborhood therapist in.
Yeah.
Kind of help us sort it out, because I mean, at some point you got to learn how sex is, what sex is, but at what age and how do you process it? Like, but see, what's natural, what's normal?
Like this, fuck it. This is a new season. I don't give a fuck. Like I'm a pleaser.
Yeah.
Right. So, but sex don't even like necessarily be for me like all the time. Like it's just like I want to make sure you're good. Like. Before me.
Yeah.
And so I don't, and that's something else that like, shit, nigga, is it really traumatic for you? Because I feel like it would just be for me. Like after I nut, nigga, I'm good. Like that's not me.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
You always been like that? Because what I'm thinking is like, I
don't know.
Eventually you processed it.
I think so, because
your sexuality.
I've always been like, I mean, unless Lil Wayne, man, he fucked me up with the never met the bitch, but I'm fucking like I missed it.
Is it music? Is music traumatic?
Listen, so when he said, I was like, you know what? Yeah. And so the shit ain't really for me, like, because you can fucking nut like anytime, but I need to let you know, like, it's like almost a point to prove. Like, I'm trying to be your top 3. Like,
what's crazy about that is if you sit down with the right therapist, they can say you're seeking validation.
That's fine.
So it could lead back to your.
I'm seeking sexual validation.
It could lead back to your traumas. Still could be something else traumatic happened in your life. I don't think it. I guess that could be a form of validation, but it's really just to please you, because I think validation comes from. I guess so. It could be a form of it. Yeah. It could be a form of it, but I don't think the women would be mad about that one. You know what I mean?
It's not about them being mad about it.
Yeah, I guess it's for me. But ain't it like wanting to be the best?
Seeking validation?
No, I'm saying just period.
Those are different. Seeking validation and wanting to be the best are different.
Because you don't want to be the best.
I do. I want to be the best.
Because you can want to be the best and not ever care what other people are thinking.
But this the thing though, like she don't have to say a word. The thing about sex is your body gonna let you know everything. So whether it's just self or whatever, like
I feel you, but the fact that you said I want to be her top 3.
Yeah, that's the best, right? The Olympics have 3 gold, 3 medals.
Right. So that's the validation portion of it.
Trauma.
Do you want to be validated in?
I know I have a problem with
your work on the football field.
I got a problem.
Yeah, he's a people pleaser.
I have a problem.
You want your validation for playing on
No,
the
that
football field
motherfucker,
also.
that motherfucker passed his own ass.
That nigga was upset when they didn't goddamn get him that fucking award last season when he fucking deserved it.
Yeah, I ain't care though.
Yes, you did, Brian. You wouldn't have said it.
No. I say a lot of shit that I don't. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like because
I like to throw stones at him, but not that one.
Yeah, like I really like it didn't bother. Like I'm gonna make a joke.
So I'm not saying you didn't fucking sleep at night, but it would have been nice because you fucking beasted to fucking get it, and you brought up great points about it. Like nigga. So for you to bring up those points, that means you thought about it. Like damn, nigga. I'm not saying like because at the end of the day, it don't fucking matter.
Yeah.
Even with the sex, right?
Yeah.
It don't fucking matter if I'm top 3 or not. I'm not like whatever. Like you're not always gonna be the best, but you should always strive to be the best, right? So I think that's what it is more so.
I can take that. Striving to be the best, but not seeking her validation.
Nah, because that shit that hurts your feelings. Nigga,
Cause they don't always align.
Nigga, whether what you think you did good or not,
Yeah.
Right.
she could. You like 10, motherfucker. Like nigga, now you setting yourself up for fake. Like no, I'm not saying no. Just seek to be the best. That's in everything you do.
I can see that.
You ever asked a girl, "Am I your top 3 after that?"
Of course, of course I have. Of course I have. What's wrong with you?
What's wrong with you?
Yeah, I have. Nigga, early too.
Alright,
Motherfucker told me, okay, cool. I can take that. Little work. Got a little more work.
Got work to do. There you go. Back to the
But
drawing
yeah,
board.
of course I have. But is it like but I think that's somebody you can like, I guess, like jokingly fuck with like that. Like not on no, alright baby, what so?
I need to know.
So you weren't serious?
How was that?
When you asked her, you weren't serious?
No, because it didn't matter, right?
But you cared.
It didn't matter. I think
That's not what I asked.
think for something to matter, you have to care. You see what I'm saying? Like
So you don't
have
care.
to care for something to matter.
But why did you say earlier, I want to be everyone?
You seek to be
I
the best,
wanted
right?
to be
I want to be
everyone's-
top 3, right? But if I'm not, that's okay too.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
I like that part. You see how we say stuff.
It's
We
the
gotta
same-
add some context to it. Same thing with Simone, right?
Cool, right? Yeah. It's okay if you're not,
Yeah, it is.
especially when it comes to that. Like, nigga, come on, brother, what's wrong with you?
But I'm trying.
I'm definitely gonna try. But that pleases you though, like
Yeah. Should put other people before you.
especially then,
Yeah.
men. Please try to, cause somebody will.
That man should give a blues song because somebody else will.
Mr. Jody.
What about you, Byron, man?
Man,
Traumatic experience.
I seen trauma hit in a bunch of different ways, brother. Some close to me, some not as close. Some kind of like with yours, right? Where I heard enough stories that it made me feel like I was there and this is what I shouldn't be doing. Man, but one that, even outside of the ones that we talked about pre-recording, man, when I was younger, I was walking to the projects with one of my homeboys, man, and his brother was at one of his close homeboys' house. And when he was walking out the door, bro, like we walked right down the side of that building, and his brother was in the house of people he was cool with. They called his name. When he turned back around, they shot him with a 12 gauge, and he fell through that door. And like we ran because we was kids, you know what I'm saying? Like it ain't like we had something to
Come back with.
back with or nothing like that.
Even if I did, I probably run.
Yeah, we ran.
They got that drop on us.
But like it was a lot of things that I got from it at that age, and then as I got older, and like it of course I dreamt about that for a long time, right? But one of the biggest things was like I never really let people get close to me because these was his homeboys. They made money together. They just come to his crib. They sat on his porch and drank his. You know what I'm saying? They drank
shot
and
him
ate with
at his house.
No, it was at maybe they was trapping out of his house.
Yeah. Okay.
But when he was walking out, and because I was a kid, I wasn't aware of what the full situation was, and it may have been more talk about it. But when he was walking out that door, and they called his name, he turned and opened himself back up, and in my like it was a whole bunch of things that like of course all these lessons. I was like, man, he opened up because these were people that he trusted. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like you open yourself, just like we sit here and we open up with each other. We open up with y'all, right? To an extent with you guys, but I've had more open and conversations with y'all, extent, right?
Yeah.
So you open yourself up, and for somebody that you like, we just said we'll say fuck with, but these were guys that he trusted.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? For them then, boom, like, bro, like it made me. I was like, these are my friends, but in my mind, I was like, I don't really trust them. I don't trust them. Yeah. Like the stuff that I really like my most innermost thoughts, right? I hardly ever share with anybody. I've had conversations with even some of my closest homeboys, and I tell them like, I give you pieces of me, but I don't think anybody can say that they got the whole set of me, right?
Yeah.
Because we can look at it like where we're literally talking about someone shooting you like that, or we can say, I gave you pieces of me and then you used that against me and it felt like you shot me, or you used my words against me when it helped your situation. It benefited you. So there's a lot of things I got from that, bro, and it was realistic when you sit back and you think about it. You're like, man, that shit really set up some trauma in you because you really never trusted. Even as children, you didn't trust other kids.
Yeah.
But bro, like it took me a while, like to really feel like even when I was I graduated from high school, I was still looking at some of my dudes I did everything with. But at the end of the day, like I know it was times I had to stop. I had conversations with my mom, and I was like, I know they kids, man, but fuck them niggas. Like that was really how I felt because people was doing what was best for them. Right? And if we had a conversation, and this happened in a relationship that I was in, I realized that I felt like she didn't have my best interest at heart, right? So the easiest thing for me to do is say up front, hey, you go ahead and do what's best for you. I'll do what's best for me. And we good. That way, I know I'm fed.
Right.
You know you're fed. And everybody's full.
Right.
But if I'm saying, I still got your best interest at heart and I'm doing what's best for you, and then you're not thinking like that for me, that leaves me empty. You see what I'm saying? It leaves me empty. It leaves me open. It leaves me vulnerable. It leaves me starving. However you want to say it, right? So for a long time, I didn't trust wholeheartedly the people that I was cool with, right? So I felt like, man, and because I watched them handle people wrong. Like other dudes that we was cool with, like I see him in the hallway. Now he chit chatting with the girl he know this nigga like.
Yeah.
Why? You ain't even talked to her before he started talking about her.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it was tough seeing that and then trying to get past that level of trauma because that was traumatic for me. You know what I'm saying? Like one of the kids that was with me when I was walking through that house was his little brother. So for his little brother to see that, and then he went on to do his own thing, and I know he still feel the same way. Like I had a conversation with him as adults, and he like, man, be like, it was tough for me to trust anybody.
Yeah.
Nigga, I understand.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you hear people like, man, I don't know why I'm like this. Nigga, I know why he like that. I know why he like that. I know why I was like that. You know what I'm saying? But I think that was one of the toughest things to try to get past because how? Like, how do I start to measure your loyalty to me? How do I start to measure if you're actually a real friend? Like, hey, pick me up from down here around this time. Like, am I asking you to do that because it's gonna get you in trouble if you do it? Or am I asking you to do it because I actually need to ride? Like, it started to get weird. You know what I'm saying? It started to get real weird. But it took me a while to realize, like, and I say this on a bunch of episodes, just do your part. I can't set up. All I can do is be hopeful that the people around me are being as dope of a friend to me as I'm being to them, right? And I can't say, if you're not, man, I'm out.
Yeah.
It's just a decision if I decide to keep myself there, right?
Yeah.
So I keep doing my part. I keep trying to be the person that I keep trying to be the person that I need in my life, right? And then I just hope that eventually you either pick up on that same energy or you let me move on.
Is that a conversation?
Nah, I think the conversation can be said without words.
Is that communication?
I don't agree with that. Yeah. Sometimes shit need to be said just so it could be more clarity.
So the reason I say it's a conversation to be had without words is because, like, sometimes you see motherfuckers come through for you when they don't have to. You see people show loyalty all the time. It ain't necessarily, hey, you loyal to me, my nigga? You'll show me who you are. Because even if we had a conversation, you could tell me one thing and then literally go back and do something else.
But at least you put on the table that you recognize something.
And that's the thing.
Now, from there, yeah, they still have to show you.
And I'm gonna say this because I had a situation like that with one of my best friends, right? The shit seemed like it was kind of small, but to me it was like, damn, bro. And so when I put it out there,
wait, you did something to this nigga?
No, you know we're not. You know we're not. You know we're not.
All right, go ahead. My bad.
Not y'all home, bud.
Yeah, we know.
My other home, bud. I said my home, bud.
You said one of your best friends. You said one of your best friends.
Yeah, I got multiple.
Okay, all right. We just never heard it this way. That's all. Go ahead.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Wallace, goddamn. But nah, one of my best friends.
That would get too heavy. My bad.
Nigga, that crazy. But after the conversation, he was trying to make excuses, but it was like, nah. And so then it was like, well, damn, bro. Like, to be honest, I didn't even think about it like that. I didn't even think it was that big of a deal. You see what I'm saying? And so we had the conversation to where now, like, shit, we know what's up, right? And it was something small as, like, I'm gonna tell you this. So he would come to Atlanta, right? And even though, like, sometimes it'll be quick, sometimes he'll end up staying, and I'll see the nigga out. And so me felt the way, right? Yeah. So I'm like, so the first time, wasn't tripping. Like, damn, okay, he probably in and out, da. Did it again. So now I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck this nigga on? Like, you know what I mean? So then the third time, I said, you know what, Brandon? So I was like, this nigga do that again, bro. That's just some whole ass shit. Like, that's how I be talking, right? Like, everything's some whole ass shit if it ain't what Brandon say. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I'm like, man, that's some whole ass shit. And so now I'm just in my feelings about it, trying to like, well, fuck that. When I go to church, I ain't gonna hit that nigga up. Like, right. But that ain't me at all, right? So I said, you know what? Let me address this shit. This my nigga. Like, the same, I'm gonna tell him how I feel because that's my nigga and we should be able to have a conversation. So boom, I hit him up, told him, It was some back and forth at first, not on no arguing shit, but on some, well, bro, I was in, you know, I'm supposed to be in, that don't matter, bro. When you know you on the way, hey, fool, I'm being the shit, I might be in and out, shit, but I'm letting you know I'm in, shit, we can get up, we gonna get up. Cool. Yeah. Let me be the motherfucker say, nah, nigga, I'm in. You know what I mean? But he understood. And I understood, you know, after he explained, like, well, bro, I didn't even think that shit was nothing, nigga, you know. Yeah. You know, you got your family, nigga, I'm here on a Wednesday. Right. You know, out, nigga, it's Wednesday, nigga, I respect, you know, you. Yeah,
I say, rarely, if ever, will you come across somebody that sees and views the world the way that you do. Yeah. Y'all can be doing the exact same thing, but they see it completely different.
Or, yeah, you're right. You're right. But after that conversation, it was like, oh, now I see where you're coming from. And that's why I was saying, at least the conversation. I can see how you see it like that. And for me, I'm like, I get that.
At least the conversation allows for some type of
exactly. So a lot of people don't have those conversations. Yeah. Now they holding the grudge. And the shit ain't even meant to be like that.
Yeah. So I think some things are easier to have a conversation about, and you can sit down and have that conversation. Everything ain't gonna equal up to a conversation.
With your friends.
Some stuff. Some people just don't know how to be good friends. Some people have
true.
that
That is very true.
Some people have never had a level.
Also, if you're his friend, an opportunity for you to show him and talk to him about how to be a good friend, because a lot of people are used to just receiving,
and they be in their own world, and they don't even think that you need the same shit that you giving them. Like, man, that nigga buying, I know he good. That nigga got his other friends too. Like, that nigga straight. You know, I ain't got nobody like that. So shit, you know. But no, nigga, how I fuck with you, I need you to fuck with me like that too. And sometimes you be like, oh shit, bro, that's my bad. Like, I ain't realized, like, cause I know you got your mom, I know you got this, you know, I ain't even know. And sometimes it be that simple.
Or somebody grew up like you did and didn't want to get too close to people, and now you're being a true friend to them, and they like, man, my whole life I ain't been trying to get too close or open up to nobody. But now we talk about it, like, you know what? This is how being a friend looks.
And I how just take that friends. I don't know. That shit not just no word to me. Like, I
never just been a word.
It took a while for us to get.
Man, shut your ass up.
One foot in, one foot out.
Yeah, no, it did.
Like for me, it's never just been a word. Like I used to say this shit all the time. Oh, I'm cool with all them niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm cool with all them niggas. Don't mean that we friends.
Yeah.
Like we link up because we play sports together. We link up because we all from the same crib. Like when we was in college, it was other niggas from Montgomery. I used to be like, yeah, I'm cool with all them niggas. I'm cool with them. If we was in Montgomery, we'll fight each other though. But because we're here, I'm cool with them niggas.
Literally had my roommates in college was like that when I first met these niggas. They was cool, but them niggas weren't my friends.
Yeah.
Like shit, if him and my friend got into it, nigga, I'm whooping my roommate ass, nigga. Like, the fuck? You see what I'm saying? It's
not even breaking up.
Bro, we cool, my nigga. Like, this my nigga.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, nah. You get into it with somebody on the football team, right? You my friend. What you think I'm gonna do? Like, if you ready to take it there, hey, bro, that nigga got to be upset about something.
Yeah.
It can at first be some, man, y'all chill out, but nigga, if you going, what I'm doing?
You going, we going.
I'm just cool with that nigga. Like, nigga, we going.
Yeah.
So that's the difference in the friends and the cool. You see what I'm saying? So like that friend shit, man. Like, nah, friends I let borrow money. Friends I let get my car. Like, friends can stay at my house. Like, you know what I mean, nigga? We cool. Hey man, hell nah, fool. I got
bro. Like I said, so for me, it was tough for me to let people in as my friend. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was cool with niggas, and I keep you around, and fuck, you need a ride, I need a ride. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But my circle was real tight, and most of them, we shared a grandma.
Yeah.
Like, them was the closest friends I had. You know what I'm saying? Like, we had a sibling, or you know what I'm saying? Like, we all shared an auntie. Whether it was on, like, cause I was close with my cousins on both sides of my family. You know what I'm saying? Like, even so close that I made them be cousins. You know what I'm saying? So that was how tight we
made
ran.
them be cousins.
Yeah, because we was all
my friend.
Yeah, because we was all.
The family don't, bro. Like, sometimes
it don't necessarily make niggas tight.
I don't even like you. The fuck?
Yeah. So like that was my traumatic event. Like, seeing that, and then the repercussions of it was like knowing that them was his friends in that house. You know what I'm saying? And if it wasn't his friends, why would his friends sit there and let this outsider do that to their friend? You know what I'm saying? So it was a whole bunch of thoughts that went through my head. I was like, man, I was probably like 11.
Man,
that molded a lot of the way I saw friendships and relationships evolve, and how I was like not there for any of that shit.
It's pretty deep to me how you process that, because and me, I'm 35 years old. I'm seeing myself as an 11-year-old saying people shoot people, or if they was doing drugs, or they were selling something out of their house, people involved in streets or in drugs kill people. You process it as the relationship that these people had together.
Yeah, they was trash. They was all getting it together.
How deep it should have been with the word friends.
Yeah.
And then how that is not truly a strong enough bond to prevent somebody from killing somebody. That's a deep processing that I don't think I would have.
Go back to paid in full.
That money, man.
You got 15
right here. Like, I don't give a fuck about none of that cool shit we had going on. I'm finna bust your ass for these bricks I got right now.
That's crazy.
Finna be up. Bro, that's what.
Cause I'm trying to be the man on this.
When we both can just really be the man, and he told him like, bro, this gonna get me back. Yeah. And shit, he get back, nigga. Everybody get back, but instead, you ain't even want to see him get back, nigga.
Right.
Yeah.
I ain't care about little man that was.
None of that.
Yeah.
None of that.
Fucking Uncle Ice.
Fuck that finger, you shit, nigga.
Fuck that nigga. Everybody, man.
Yeah.
Man.
Trauma, man.
So now that we let y'all in on some of our traumatic events.
Hopefully we ain't traumatized y'all.
Right. And you ain't even gotta tell us. You ain't gotta give us your traumatic event, man. But give us something on how it made you a better person or who you are today on the back end.
How you able to process through it.
Yeah.
Because that's what a lot of people need to learn.
Watching porn early can be traumatic. Even though, I don't know, it didn't, veer me away from it. I think it veered me closer. So somebody help me out with that.
Yeah, somebody help Brandon out with that.
Somebody.
So y'all ain't had an answer.
So that definitely means comment. Also, oh no, you ain't gotta get into the question of the day. That one was a little wonky. But give us all them thoughts on that.
I'm glad we far away from that question.
Give us all them thoughts on that.
If she fucked the dude before or in the middle.
That was too much fucking.
Hey man,
even for me,
we're pouring at this trauma.
Even for me. God damn.
So as always, man, we appreciate you
for
giving us a little bit of your time, letting us into a little bit of space, so we can come do what we do, man, and that's talk.
Go to the website.
Go to the
Please
website.
Please buy something this season.
www.droppingdymes.com.
I need a new microphone. As you can see, we can only afford 2. Please help me get a new microphone. Please
buy some.
Little Y, baby.
We got new shirts.
We got new colors.
We about to do something different. You understand me? There's gonna be a few more things. We are still waiting on those toaster ovens and the nose rings.
They told me they got sent back.
Is that what happened?
Yeah,
because it didn't have the right stamp of approval.
Hey, so and be prepared for guests.
It was supposed to be DDP. Too. It said DPP, so they had to send it back. Yeah.
DPP definitely sounds like back to that porn that he was watching. When
hey man, don't just put porn on me like I can just talk.
You the addict, dog.
Damn. I know more.
You the addict. But as always, thank you.
Yeah,
all hearts and minds are clear.
Clear.
All good, man.
Hey man, we appreciate you. We love you. See y'all on the next one.
Appreciate y'all. Shit gonna be turned up this season.
This how I'm feeling inside. Every line that I ride, I just hope I don't cry. I'm just spitting. Yeah, I'm just
Yes, sir.
Shit gonna come off again.
I think it'd be alright. You turned it a long way.